Our top story now. Just 48 hours before Anna's fast, Congress leader Digvijay Singh has attacked Anna Hazare yet again. Quoting a newspaper report that carries a picture of Hazare with RSS leader Nanaji Deshmukh, Digvijay Singh said, "Now whom do we believe? Facts with picture and the claim of RSS or Anna? I'm again proved right. Team Anna has not commented on the issue yet." Team Anna has written another letter to the Prime Minister and members of the Parliament. The Lokpal and Lokayuktas must be able to suo motu initiate their own investigations without a complaint or reference from anyone. Lokpal and Lokayuktas should have their own investigative wings. The administrative and financial control over CBI should be with Lokpal, and the appointment of CBI director should be independent of any political control. Ahead of Anna Hazare's 3-day fast at Mumbai's MMRDA ground that begins on the 27th, coinciding with the Lokpal debate in Parliament, Anna Hazare will reach Mumbai tomorrow ahead of his fast starting on the 27th of December to 30th. Anna will address a Gram Sabha, addressing the people of his village, Raligan Siddhi. The doctors say he is fit to fast.
अन्ना जी को ये इख्तियार है कि वो जिस आइडियोलॉजी को मानना चाहे माने। अगर वो आरएसएस के अंदर रहे या आरएसएस के सपोर्टर रहे या आरएसएस उनकी सपोर्टर है, तो ये उनका अपना फैसला है। लेकिन मेरा मानना है कि विचारों की शुद्धता बहुत जरूरी है। आप किस आइडियोलॉजी को मानते हैं, किस विचार को मानते हैं, इसके अंदर आपको बहुत ईमानदारी बरतने की जरूरत है।
ये किससे जुड़े हैं नहीं जुड़े हैं, लेकिन अब वो पॉलिटिकल हो गए। जब तक वो आंदोलन एक नॉन पॉलिटिकल चला रहे थे तो उनके बहुत समर्थक थे, लेकिन पॉलिटिक्स में अब आए तो उन्हें पता चलेगा क्या होता है।
बहुत सारे लोगों के फोन आए हैं कि वो चंदा देना चाहते हैं और हम उनके बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हैं। इतना ओवरवेलमिंग रिस्पांस है। हम केवल ये कहना चाहते हैं कि हमारे पास सफिशिएंट चंदा आ चुका है और हमें और चंदे की बिल्कुल ज़रूरत नहीं है। जेल भरने के लिए अन्ना जी ने आह्वान किया है कि 30 तारीख से जेल भरो आंदोलन होगा। जो पार्टियां संसद के अंदर लोकपाल बिल का विरोध करें, उनके सांसदों के घरों के सामने लोग एकत्रित हों और धरना करें, शांतिपूर्वक धरना करें, भजन गाएं बैठ के। और इस प्रोसेस में अगर पुलिस उन्हें गिरफ्तार करती है तो वो गिरफ्तारियां दें।
Get set for critical assembly elections in the country in 5 states. The most politically significant state, UP, goes to the polls in 7 phases between the 4th and 28th of February. NDTV Chief Correspondent Siddharth has more on this.
Well, we have with us CC Mr. Qureshi, sir. Just a couple of questions. Massive, of course, lineup of officials as well. You're obviously hoping that the polls will go peacefully. Another interesting aspect is that you've got Anna Hazare saying that he's going to go ahead and probably campaign in these states as well. Is that something that you'll be looking at closely?
We'll see. We only see that the campaigning is healthy. There is no violation of the model code. There is no appeal to caste or community. There is no hate campaign. So these are the things we see, and we'll keep an eye.
So in the past, Team Anna has said that don't vote for a certain party. They're going to go and campaign against all those MPs who are not supporting their version of the Lokpal bill. So they'll be clearly campaigning against a certain candidate. Would that come under the scrutiny of the Election Commission?
I think they took care to not to violate any election law, because they did not say that vote for Y instead of X. They only said boycott a particular party. So although there was no legal violation, but we did mention to them that there could be an issue of propriety there.
So they'll be also monitored along with just about everybody?
Yes, like everybody else. Yes, sure.
The government recently announced, in fact just a couple of days ago, a reservation for minorities in jobs. That notification is not out yet. Is that something that will also figure as far as the Election Commission is concerned?
Well, whatever has happened, we have no idea, but whatever happens now, if it is in violation, there will be complaint, and we will deal with this as they come along.
Three more infants have died at the Malda Sardar Hospital today, taking the number of crib deaths in the state-run facility to 9 in the past 2 days. Yesterday, authorities admitted the deaths were due to a severe cold. Most of the deaths were caused by respiratory difficulty induced by cold, with many babies referred from far-flung areas in serious condition. For the very first time, India has embarked to design and manufacture its very own 100-seater passenger plane. A national effort is underway at the National Aerospace Laboratory in Bangalore. And the man who flew India to the moon, G. Madhavan Nair, former chairman of ISRO, is spearheading this ambitious project. NDTV science editor Pallav Bagla brings you the first images of this aeroplane.
First look at what could be India's low-cost Dreamliner. Called the National Civilian Aircraft, it can carry a little less than 100 passengers and could make its maiden flight in less than 5 years. Nearly 100 engineers are working on the project that's expected to cost 4,300 crores. The plane can take off from small runways and is aimed at air-linking smaller cities.
We have come out with a project report for developing this aircraft, the 90-seater aircraft, which can fly from short runways and operate between the small cities in the country and meet the Indian market very well and also capture some of the international market in the developing countries.
The plane is expected to fill a vital gap. India's domestic air traffic grows annually at the rate of 15%. The designers feel there could be a demand of 500 such planes in the next decade. Science Minister Vilas Rao Deshmukh recently inspected the facilities and gave it the thumbs up. The same laboratory has earlier successfully designed a 2-seater Hansa airplane that has been commercialized. But its effort to make a small 14-seater plane called Saras hit a roadblock after a few flights when a prototype crashed near Bangalore in 2009, killing 3 people. Aerospace engineers are banking on the management skills of former ISRO chief Madhavan Nair to develop this plane and then commercialize it in partnership with the private sector. Excitement at the National Aerospace Laboratories, where India is making its first large passenger plane. With camera person Lokesh in Bangalore, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
The tension between the Pakistan government and the army continues, with President Zardari calling on his people to not allow any change through force and intimidation. This comes in the wake of the Memogate scandal, which alleged that the army was plotting to seize power. In a message issued to mark the birth anniversary of Pakistan's founder, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Zardari said the Quaid believed that any change must be brought about by ballot and rejected change by bullet. Let us pledge that we will not allow any change through force and intimidation and respect the power of ballot as the instrument of change. And stay tuned to have a look at how the country and the world is basking in the Christmas spirit, coming right after this break.